If the setup that you are using is touch-enabled, you can make your story more interactive by turning media assets into clickable buttons that trigger other media or make you switch from one scene to the other. We call these touch interactions on-click actions. Let me show you how they work. In your story editor, you will find the on-click action feature by selecting an asset. In the media toolbar, you will see this icon pop up. When you click the icon, you will get two options to choose from. Navigate to scene means that whenever you touch the asset you selected, you will navigate to a different scene. The other option, set asset visibility, means that by touching the selected asset, I can show or hide other assets that are used in this particular scene. To give you an example, we are now at the first scene of our story. As you can see, there is an asset that looks like a launch button, right here. We can turn this plain image into a real button that can navigate us to the next scene. To set this up, we select the image, go to on-click actions, and click on the navigate to scene button. And now we have a choice between going back to the previous scene, moving to the next scene, or moving to a selected scene within our story. For this purpose, I will choose the next scene. On the right side at the asset list, you can also see that now there is an on-click action icon next to the asset. Let's test it in the preview mode. So you can see the first scene has loaded. Now we click on the launch button and we are in the second scene. Up next, let me show you how to use on-click actions to toggle on or off assets within the same scene. Let's go to scene 4 for this purpose. In this scene, we will talk about the evolution of storytelling. On the middle screen, you can see a timeline of how storytelling changed over time. However, instead of showing the full timeline from the start to finish all at once, we want it to unfold step by step. We can do that using on-click actions. So when we land on this scene, I only want the text, the evolution of storytelling, to be visible. The 4 images that represent the timeline need to be invisible. Let's select all 4 and go to playback icon at the top of the screen and make sure visible from start is unchecked. And now I want to add the first on-click action. I want to make the first image of the timeline visible. I select the text box, go to on-click actions, and select set asset visibility. Now we choose the asset that we want it to link to and choose show asset. For this purpose, I want to select the first timeline and click show asset. This means that every time I click on the evolution of storytelling, the first image will appear. And now we want to continue to set it up for the further images, so they appear one by one. We click the first image, the first timeline, set asset visibility, select the desired asset, in this case timeline 2, show asset, and we continue the procedure for the next parts of the timeline as well. As we repeated the process for all parts of the timeline, all interactions are set up. Let's test it in the preview mode to show you how it works. As you can see, the scene starts by just showing the text. When I click on the text, the first image will appear. And when I click on the image, the next image will appear, and so on. Now we have a fun and interactive way to present the timeline with the use of on-click actions.